In the second part of the tutorial, we will create a chart that will display sales versus expenses throughout the years. To do so, we choose the Insert toolbar, and from the column button of the chart section here, we choose the first 2D column chart. Now, normally, if nothing is selected, a blank chart will appear. Let's move it here so we can have access to our data here. And now let's use this option here, which says Select Data. This dialog opens, and we want to add a series. We said that the chart will display sales versus expenses, so the two series that we need to incorporate in our chart is sales and expenses. So we press Add, and here we can type the series name, which might be sales, or just click on where we find sales, and then we erase anything that is here in the series values, and we select the appropriate range for our sales, which is this one. And as you can see, the chart automatically interprets these two columns, blue columns in our example. Now, pressing OK, we go back to the same dialog, and then we add another series. Now, since the name expenses is not available here, but just total expenses, we just type expenses at the series name, and then at the series values, we erase everything that is there again, and we select the range that contains the expenses, and observe that our preview here has already displayed the expenses and also has enabled the legend that shows that the blue column corresponds to sales and the red column corresponds to expenses. Now, pressing OK will take us back to the previous dialog. Now we see here that the columns are listed numerically as 1, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, although these are the years. So to make this closer to our case, we go here to the horizontal axis labels, and we press Edit, and we select the range that contains the years. That is, of course, if this kind of data is available on our spreadsheet. In our case, it is. Pressing OK, we will see that the data has been passed to the x-axis labels, and now those columns have more meaning. Pressing OK, we finalize this. Now, what we can do from this point on is put some final touch to our chart. So by using the chart layouts section of the design toolbar that is available when you have your chart selected, we will select, you see there are many options here to select, we will select this one, and that places a chart title in our chart. Click on the chart title until it's selected, and select everything and replace it by a title of your own, such as sales vs expenses, so that looks closer to our case. Observe that by the layout we have used, the legend has been placed at the bottom, hence utilizing a maximum space of the image for our chart. Of course, the bigger the chart it gets, the clearer that it looks like. Now we can add some beautification options here by going to the chart style section of the design menu, which again I'm repeating is available when you have selected a chart, and see from the different types of options we have here. In our case, we are going to use this one, but feel free to experiment with any one you like. So this option here adds a 3D feature to our chart, making it a little bit more beautiful. Of course, there are many other things you can do, such as right mouse button click and select format chart area. So let's move that here so we can see. So we can fill it with a gradient fill of our choice, for example, and then also put a gradient field to the background of the chart so it looks all as the same. And then we can actually add a preset shadow, like for example this, which is going to be placed around. Okay, and this is placed here, and then we can add another one, let's say here, which is going to be placed here, and then you can also add a 3D effect, such as for example something like this. And anyhow, feel free to experiment. So we press OK, we click away, and we see that our chart has become far more beautiful now that we have added those effects. This completes the second part of this tutorial.